Alright, so we're heading to Cloverleaf Cold Storage in Monmouth, Illinois. And a bunch of people had asked about how to do a drop and hook. And this is a drop and hook load, so I figure I'd try to go through the whole process. I'll try not to cut anything out. This may be a long video, about 5 minutes away right now. Show you the you know, the approach to the building, finding the truck entrance, talking to the guard shack, seeing where they want you to drop your empty trailer, which I've got an empty trailer now. I got a washout for the trailer that I'm on now. Basically, if you don't know what a washout is, a lot of receivers and shippers require you to have a washout receipt, which I got a washout receipt from, basically they pressure wash it, kind of soap it up a little bit. If there's any type of blood or just extra pallet chunks and stuff, if it's really gross, they won't load it. So always make sure you got a clean trailer when you go to drop and hook, or even a live load. A lot of places won't load it if it's a dirty trailer, so always make sure you got your clean trailer. Got that checked off the list. I'll drop this one. My load is already loaded on another trailer, and just have to drop this one, pick up the other one. I'll show you all the connections, air hoses, power line. I'll show you how to release the fifth wheel, drop the landing gear, pull out, you know, set this one where it needs to be, and then make sure that we get our next load picked up. If you look back at my last video about sliding tandems using cat scales, of course this is an example of where I'm gonna have to slide the tandems to make sure my weight is legal. So keep that in mind too. Have to make sure you're legal. Remember, you're looking for 34,000 on the trailer tires, 34,000 on the drive tires, and 12,000 on the steer tires. So again, we're going to use the right way gauge both in the truck and on the trailer, just to make sure that we're legal. So never been to this place before. Directions were pretty clear on our Qualcomm here. Directions were pretty clear, so hopefully it'll be no issues. I think that might be it right there. Looks like a Hirschbach terminal or drop yard or something. I think we go down to the next intersection. I hope everybody enjoyed the New York video. That was a really fun time. I got to see a lot of cool stuff. Thank y'all for leaving comments and stuff like that. I hope if you ever get up there, you get a chance to use that truck stop and go over to the city for a little bit. It's awesome. A lot of y'all have already been. If you hadn't been, it's definitely worth going to for sure. New Jersey wasn't too hard to navigate. You always start thinking about big cities and tight roads and stuff, but New Jersey wasn't bad. And like I said, just the Uber and a subway and you're there. So yeah, the directions said it was on the entrance. Truck entrance was on 67. This is 67. So we're gonna hang a right. And I think we're down on the right. This load's going to just outside of Indianapolis, Indiana. I'll make that delivery today, hopefully. Scheduled for tomorrow, but we'll see when I get there. I'll have to check and see if we've got some parking nearby or what. So let's see. Next, yeah. See the it's an Americold, so yeah, cold leaf cold storage, Americold. A lot of times they have different names and stuff. So Americold truck entrance, Cloverleaf Drive. This is the one. Wasn't too bad of a drive today. Big old cornfield. All right. That might be my trailer right there on the end. That'd be something else, wouldn't it? So now we're here at the guard shack. A lot of shippers, receivers are the same. What I'm gonna do, see if he's about to move. Yep. Oh, let's see. Set your brakes, and then you're gonna check in here in the Prime mobile app. You're gonna go to macro, arrived at location. This is the pickup, so it's gonna be the 01. This is dry since I'm dropping it. Dropping trailer, yes. 180536. Done, send. There we go. So we're gonna go hours of service, change it off duty. Okay. Now we're gonna hop out. What's up, man? How you doing? Got a drop and hook. Give you a number.
What's your name, sir?
Jesse, J-E-S-S-E. 701234. It should be what?
430.
Yeah, 430-189-3271.
Have you been there before?
No.
So, what have you do is we'll have you take that empty over at our empty yard.
Okay.
Because they don't take empties here. It's located on the other side of the building. Just come in here, turn around. Actually, let me pull up the map for you real quick. Right here. So what you do is you come in here, turn around. At the end of this road where you came in,
Yep.
take a left.
Yep.
If we're stoplight up here on the highway, take a left. Very next stoplight, you take another left. About less than a quarter mile on the right hand side. You see a sign that says Hirschbach South Entrance?
Yep,
like
I saw them.
Yeah. All the way in the back is where you drop that empty trailer.
Okay, what's the name of that road? North 6th Street?
Yeah, North 6th Street. Yep.
Okay, and it'll be on the right?
Yeah, on the right hand side, yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
going
remember the
about.
address to Granny's Diner? It's in the same line.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll GPS it.
All right, yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Cool, and I'll just come back here
Yeah,
and...
I'll go back to pick up the loader.
Okay, cool, thanks. All right, so the drop yard where I dropped this empty trailer is not at this location, but it's apparently on the other side of the property, just a little bit around the corner. So we're gonna drive over there, drop this, come back bobtail, and pick up my trailer. All right. Go down here and see if we can do a quick U-turn. A lot of the places are that are drop and hook, you'll drop it in the same parking lot. This place is not like that. Apparently you can't get to the drop lot from inside the fence here, so we'll drive around the corner, drop this one off, and then be right back. If that's my trailer right there, that'd be great. But what are the odds that that's the way it's gonna happen? Who knows? It's 201755. I have to check my notes. Be right back. So it said hang a left, hang another left, and then it's right behind some Granny's Diner, I think he said. So we'll drop this one off and be right back. This is kind of uncommon. Like I said, a lot of places will let you do it just right there. So you were thinking about the Qualcomm, it automatically throws you back on the drive line once you get over like 5 miles an hour or so. So I'm already back on drive. I don't do the loading, unloading, or trailer drop or pick until I'm actually in front of the trailer for situations like this. If you do it as soon as you get there and then they actually make you move, it just kind of makes your clock look weird. If you get a DOT inspection, it's strange for the DOT officer to look at. So I always do it once I drop this trailer and back in front of the next trailer. And I'll wait to do the loading, unloading once I'm backed into the door. That way you don't have to do any moving for a minute or two. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. They're a lot of fun to make. I hope they're worthwhile to you. Those of y'all that are considering coming to Prime, and those of y'all that just watch it just for kicks and giggles, that's cool too. If you do want to come to Prime, or at least talk to somebody about it, shoot me an email. My email's linked down in the description, and my driver code, my recruiter, Stacey, she's top notch. I put all of our information in there, so everybody's got access to the answers that they need. I'm always willing to answer questions. You can ask anybody that's talked to me before. I try to be upfront with everything and keep everybody in the loop. But there's a lot of corn out here, but I think Iowa probably still has it for the most corn I've seen. I tell you, about 2 weeks ago I was driving through and it seemed like nothing. I mean, miles, I can't tell you how many miles of just cornfields. And you got to kind of think sometimes, you know, somebody's got to go out there and pick all that stuff. You know, I know they got fancy tractors and machines and combines and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, it was tens of, maybe hundreds of miles of just cornfields, and they're deep. It's not like, it isn't like, you know, 100 yards back. I mean, it's miles deep, miles across. So shout out to all the farmers out there that are keeping the corn supply going. But it was a lot of corn. Just think about, you know, when you plant that stuff, don't forget you got to go out there and pick it. So make our way to the drop. It's Monmouth, Illinois. Never been here before. I've been to cold storage a lot. It's always a pretty simple situation most of the time. Those two guys at the guard shack, super nice. Sometimes you run into guard shack, or you'll run into people doing paperwork that just aren't too happy or pleasant to be around, but it is what it is. Try to be nice to everybody, make everybody smile, at least try. You can't always succeed in that. So let's see, I think this is us. It's like where that Hirschbach's going. Weather's great today. Weather's beautiful. Normally I would already click arrived at location. You know, back when you say you've arrived, just again, I don't do the trailer drop or load unload till I'm in front of it, so because you have to drive again. So I'll probably just drop this trailer, stay on the drive line, go back, and then once I get in front of my new trailer, then that's when I'll do the on-duty maneuver of dropping and picking a trailer. Alrighty, let's see where this place is at. I see some trailers back that way. I reckon this is it. These fellas didn't park too well. Get out of the road. Oh, it's bumpy. So he's trying to back in. I'll give him just a second. There you go. He might have been waiting for me, but I just wait for him. Not a huge rush, so it's not an easy job, so don't want to rush anybody. Yes, this is a Hirschbach repair shop. I'll sneak on around. Oh. Some of the, oh man, some of these dirt parking lots are kind of tough. Don't want to go too fast, mess up your truck. On the computer screen, he pointed to this dirt lot here. I don't know if I'm supposed to park beside, maybe find another prime trailer. Just anywhere. Great day. I saw a note at the guard shack that said all drop trailers have to slide tandems all the way to the rear, so I'll make sure to do that. Gracious, I think I'll just knock out a U-turn and back up against that cornfield. Gracious, gracious. Looks like they got a pavement line down too for the landing gear. Hopefully I can land on top of that. Let's see. Yeah, there's another prime. Rather than not squeeze in if I don't have to, I'll come back this way. And this is what I learned too at when you're pulling up the docks. You know, you saw I came in this way and there's an empty spot, few empty spots here. Well, what I did was I went down, U-turned, and now I can pull out and I can almost be straight back into one of these spots. So anytime you can back smarter, not harder, is always best. I always stop back there and visually look at the spot you're gonna try to go into. All right, and you see I don't have to turn nearly as sharp if I would have done like a 90-degree back. And we'll ease her on back. Like I said, this trailer did get a washout, so it's fresh and clean, ready for the next load. Full tank of fuel. Back it on in. And you want to try to get close to the other trailer. You don't want a whole bunch of room between your truck and the next truck. That way you don't waste space here. All right. So what I'm looking at now is the rear tires are where I want them. We're gonna set the brakes. The rear tires are where they are, but remember I still need to slide the tandems back, but technically I'm sliding forward. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back there and release the pin. I'll do that right now. This way you've only got to move one time. Sorry, this way you only got to move one time. You see this guy slid his tandems all the way to the rear, but you see mine, for being in transit, I had them slid forward with no weight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release the pin right there, and when I slide forward, now the wheels will stay where they're at, but the back of my trailer will be even with the back of his trailer because our tires are even. And it should get me on this concrete pad for the landing gear. So you remember from the last video, we're gonna leave the trailer brake set. We're gonna release the tractor brake. Let the air kind of relieve a little bit. Put it in drive. And I think all the pins popped out. They may not have, but you can listen and see if any releases, it jerks a little bit. Yep, see there was one pin. So one pin pulled out. Now we're gonna pull forward till the trailer bumps, just a soft. There it is, right there. Back to neutral, set the brake, and we're good to go. Roll the window back up. Man, I hate getting bugs, especially mosquitoes in the truck. They're a pain to get out. Seems like they'd be easy, but it's not always easy. Oop. All right, so disconnecting the trailer. Look at there, right in the middle of the concrete. Couldn't have done that any better. I always wear gloves. First things first, I always put the landing gear down. Remember when you're cranking landing gear, the direction, whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise, is where the trailer's gonna be when you're done. So if I'm dropping a trailer, the trailer's gonna be here. If I'm taking the trailer with me, the trailer's gonna be there. So just remember, we're gonna spin backwards. Get this one down. I'll show you these cranks have 2 gears also. If you pull it all the way out and then just barely slide it back, that's a lot slower of a gear, but it's a lot higher torque, I guess. But then you push it all the way in and you really start to make some ground. All right, so it's touching the ground. That's as far as I go with it. Make sure you hook back in. So landing gear's down. Tandems are slid all the way to the rear. They ask you to do that because sometimes the yard dogs don't like sliding tandems. It's a lot easier for them if you do it, so, and it's no big deal. We get our lock off. And I got a washout, and the reason the reefer was running when I got here is because I put it on dry out. See, the inside of the trailer here is cooled down, really cool, but also it's dry. There's a setting, I don't know that echo. There's a setting on the reefer that is called dry out, and you do that after a washout, especially if you're close by and the trailer has to be dry to get the load. So landing gear's down, locks off. I'll put this back in the truck. Alrighty. Second thing, or third thing, we'll release the 5th wheel. Is this right here. Hope you can see that. You got to kind of give it some pull, and you see it locked in place, and the handle stayed out. Legs are down, 5th wheel's released. You take the glad hands off. There's one. There's 2, and there's the power. So it's on run and start, but this is the on-off switch. So it's off, it's dry, it's been cleaned out. So we're totally disconnected from the trailer right now. So now we'll jump in the truck. All right, so this truck has a feature that drops the rear axles, that basically lets weight off of the trailer, kind of sets it on the ground. So we're gonna flip that switch. The back end's gonna sit down just a little bit. Let it air out. Going to drive. Remember, we're leaving the trailer there, so we don't need to release that. We're gonna release the truck. Let that air bleed off. And slowly ease away from the trailer. Try not to make it too much of a jump. Sometimes it can be, especially on uneven dirt lots. All right, so right there, I felt it come off of the 5th wheel plate, but notice my tires, I don't know if you can see it, my tires are still under the trailer. So if anything were to give way on the legs or the landing gear, if, you know, knock on wood, heaven forbid, if the trailer fell, it would fall on the tires first. And then I could stop, get out, crank it up. Remember, in that low gear, because you're gonna have a lot of weight. You'd be in that low gear, cranking it back up to figure out what's wrong. instead of just pulling straight out and then the trailer just falling on the ground. If it were to fall now, it would fall on my tires, which would leave the landing gear a lot higher than it would be if they were on the ground. So hope that never happens. Always triple check everything you do. So we're out from under it. We're gonna pull off. We're gonna stop. I'm gonna turn that switch back off, and the rear end of the truck's gonna raise back up for the next trailer, because you always want to pick up high and drop off low. So we dropped that one. Now we're gonna go back to where we just came from, back to that guard shack, and he said he would give me my new trailer assignment. And I'll show you how to do the pickup on that trailer, on a new trailer. It's basically the same thing in reverse, plus doing a pre-trip on the reefer unit, which is just pushing of a button to test the unit itself. It goes through like a self-test of all the mechanisms and solenoids and temperature readers and all that stuff on the inside of the reefer. You always do that at the beginning of a trip. Make sure you're not going to have problems down the road. You don't want to get, you know, 100 miles away or so and then have a reefer problem, and then you're loaded with a product and then you've got to find reefer repair while you're on the way to your next destination. That's a big waste of time. It happens sometimes. I haven't had it happen yet, but I have caught trailers that have it'll fail the pre-trip inspection that it does on itself. But yeah, so we'll get over here and pick this one up. Man, this dirt lot, I'm gonna have to get a wash. Gracious. Oh man, oh man. Big company like Americold or Hirschbach, you figure they would drop the coin for a paved lot, but who knows? It's not my company, so I can't. They're very successful, both companies. So who am I to tell them how to do their stuff? Go back here. Driving a truck bobtail is a little more dangerous actually than driving with a trailer, and on top of that, an empty trailer is a little more dangerous than driving a loaded trailer. A loaded trailer is going to stop the best, just because of the friction against the road. A loaded trailer has more points of contact with brakes on the trailer tires. When you take that point of contact away from the road, that's less. And also when you remove the weight from the trailer, that's less weight that's going to cause friction. So sometimes these trucks can be kind of sensitive on the brake pedal when you're bobtail, especially because it's used to having that much more resistance from the trailer having to stop. So it's putting on the brakes pretty strong. But sometimes if you're not used to it, the braking and the acceleration can be kind of jerky. But everything, just remember, do everything smooth. The acceleration is another thing. When you're empty, obviously your gears are going to go a lot faster. A lot of people use the manual mode. You can start out in certain gears. I just leave it. I figure the truck knows best. So even though if it thinks it's loaded, it still knows best what it needs to do. So I'm gonna just let it work. See, that was a quick gear, so I'm just keeping my foot in the same place on the accelerator, letting it work its way through all the gears. Don't want to overdo it. If you you get over about 1500 RPMs, especially empty, you're not going anywhere any faster, and you're wasting a lot of fuel. It costs a lot of fuel to just rev up like that. So just keep it nice and slow. Like I said, it's easier with a heavy trailer because it keeps you slow itself. But again, you can still over rev, and that'll eat up your fuel mileage. So just keep that in mind. Everything nice and easy, and there's no need to be in a rush. It is a lot shorter, obviously, with no trailer. So even though you still got the same view looking forward, you know, you want to swing wide, you really don't have to. It's the length of a full-size truck now. Obviously it's a little bit bigger, but there's no need to swing out wide because you don't have to worry about trailers dropping off or hitting curbs or stuff like that. So we're gonna pull up here. That couldn't have taken long. I'm sure it's still the same guys here. Yep, gates raised up, and then he'll give me the new trailer number, and I'm sure I'll have to find it. It's kind of odd, that's the only prime trailer. Well, there's another one, I'm sorry. So we'll see what he says.
You're good to go, boss?
Yeah.
Pull forward and check in at the green awning up on the building.
Green awning.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. So we're gonna go to the shipping and receiving office. He said it's under the green awning. So we will park. We'll go off duty for this. And go inside. I like having a key fob. Not all trucks have them, so it's kind of a cool addition. You can add it when you order your truck. Americold. How you doing? Somebody getting a package? Americold.
Now, the left spot from the end is a storage trailer. And you have a camera up there, huh?
Yeah, man, making YouTube videos.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
About what?
Driving for Prime.
Oh. Does Prime have an objection to it, or what?
Does Prime have what?
Does Prime have an objection to it?
No, they praise it. There's probably 30 or 40 Prime drivers that do YouTube channels.
More power to them, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, they're not really. If you get what I mean, right?
I don't know, man. I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah, well, I used to be there or be there at one time.
Yeah,
Yeah, back in 2003.
I got you.
Are you picking up?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you filled out a half sheet?
I have not.
I need one of those pretty please.
Okay.
768. He says it's not on the lot, we show it in CLD 11.
Why don't we just?
Yes, uh-huh. Oh, yes, I can, thank you.
Is the load different than the?
Nope, you don't need any of that.
Okay.
As long as you got that 43 number, your 430 number, you're okay.
They always give us a million different numbers. I always got to ask what it starts
I
with.
If everybody could just use the universal all
just
the way around.
just one number.
Yeah,
And it's always 13, 15 numbers long.
right?
Just start it over every day. You're load number 3.
That could get real interesting.
We'll just start it over every 24 hours.
All right, I need initials up here, signature and a date down there.
Yeah, the thing is, you would have to specify load number 3 for what day you would need to pick it up, you know?
Today is the 17th.
Oh, it is, they do have it over there?
Sometimes you forget. That's a shame, isn't it?
Yep, I understand. When you guys are on the road, I'm sure you lose track of time. Here's your trailer.
Yep.
Here's your seal.
Okay.
That second seal you're not gonna find. It's in the back of the trailer taking the temperature, okay?
Okay.
All right, so plus 26.
Okay.
You are good to go. Pallets, net weight, pieces.
Wonderful.
Gross weight is our here.
Pretty light load.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful.
Most likely last row towards the guard shack.
Seal. The first seal is already on there?
Yep, correct.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Alrighty, so here's the paperwork. That's basically how you check in. Most every place is the same. These people are really nice. The guard shack guys and the lady in the receiving office. She said it's gonna be on the last row. It starts, it's 180659 is the one I'm picking up. It's not the one on the end, that was a 210, but we'll find it. It might be the one with the wings on the back. All right. All right, see if we can find this trailer. There's a prime driver, the owner operator, fancy designs and stuff. Alrighty. $180,659. See the trailer numbers are on the bottom rail right above the DOT bumper. There's not us there. That's a 161. They're also Prime puts them on both corners, both front corners of the trailer, so you can see it from both the front and the back for situations like this. It's a 220. A lot of Hirschbach. not seeing on that side. Remember, we're looking for a trailer. You can't always see the sides of them, but you can see the reefer hanging off the front. And that's at least lets you know you're looking in the right direction at least. 180659. There she is. And look, I got plenty of room beside me. I don't have to squeeze between trailers. Cool. So we're gonna check this one. Tandems are at the back. All right. Try to get squared up. Backing up is pretty easy. You just want it to look in the mirrors just like you're carrying it down the road. You want the side panels to line up with the side of the truck. Oh, a little too far. All right. So you got good view on both sides. All right, right there, I see it. It's where I need to be. We'll hop out and check. You don't want to be over it. Cool, so there's no gap. That's good. So we are good to go ahead and back on up. What that is the you want to make sure there's no space between the skid plate and the bottom of the trailer, or the top of the fifth wheel. You're gonna slide back. Nice little bump. Put it in neutral. And let this fella mosey on. We got it in drive. Give it a tug test. Yep, that's a good tug. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna do, we will do hours of service. Gonna change it to on duty. And we're gonna go down to pick up, drop off trailer. Okay. Don't forget your keys. So we're gonna basically do the same thing, but just kind of backwards. (0506329). I always like doubling it through. It kind of gives less chance that something will go wrong. Less easy for somebody to break in anyway. Gonna do an inspection. Those tires look good. There's a spare tire. Small little dent in the side of the trailer, but that's okay. Wings. Doors are latched. Check all the hinges. Make sure no broken hinges. And then we'll do it again once I plug in the electric. Check all the lights. All right. Pick up the landing gear. This one, remember, the trailer's going with us, so we're gonna go forward. Oh. And see, this one's really tight because it's a loaded trailer, so we're gonna pull the arm out, slide it in, and you see how much easier it spins. But you gotta remember, it moves a lot slower also. And I think we're off, so we'll go in. Oh, not off yet. There we go. Now we're kicking into high gear. Good arm workout. All the way up, back in the cradle. You're gonna come under here and make sure that pin is locked in around the locking jaws. Power. Line 1. Whew. Line 2. Legs are up. Pin's hooked. Air and power, locks on. I think I'm going to, I'm gonna slide the tandems. I'll park long ways and do that. But yeah, that's basically how you do a drop and hook. This was at a Maricold. I'll, like I said, I'll slide the tandems and I'll be good to go. Hope you like this video. Hope it wasn't too long. Hope it was informational. You got any questions? Let me know. Thank you. All right, so now we're gonna do a pre-trip on the trailer. Make sure everything runs right. That's the control panel. You're gonna hit the menu, pre-trip, start the pre-trip. And it'll kind of go through its warm-up process, make sure everything's good. Like I said, checking all the ins and outs, making sure everything's good to go. So we'll let that run. It'll take maybe 5-10 minutes. Make sure everything's cool. I'll set my tandems and I'll be on the way out the door. All right, so I'm here at the drop-off location. Made it all the way here, no problem. They're unloading me right now, so as soon as they're done with that, I'm gonna get out of here and find a parking spot for the night and get some sleep. But yeah, everything went off without a hitch. Got the pre-trip done, everything passed, no problems. I didn't think there would be. Generally when it's running, when you pick it up and there's no alarms, generally it's gonna be okay. So ran the pre-trip, no big deal. Made my depart call. There's a few things we have to do with Prime to double and triple check. You know, the seals are right, the weights on your drives and your tandems are correct, that the address is correct on your bills. So I got all that taken care of, and here I am. I'm gonna take a little break, do a 10-hour break here. Hopefully be able to find a spot at a truck stop somewhere. I think it's about 10 or so now. They fill up kind of early, so hopefully I'll find a spot somewhere, get some sleep, and get ready for a new trip tomorrow. But I hope this was helpful for you, and anything I can do for you, let me know, and we'll see you on the next one.